Hey everyone, it's Rob Linton here from drumstheword.com. Today I want to show you how to play the song Iris, the radio version by Goo Goo Dolls, drummed by Mike Malinin, I believe that's pronounced. And it's a great song here with lots and lots of interesting things going on, time signature changes for example, and some really cool drum fills. So let's get started. And the first thing I want to say is the use of time signatures and the way I've written the PDF chart. So it goes between 4/4 and 6/4 as I've chosen to write it. Now I could have written it as the 6/4 sections as 6/8 or 12/8. That would be equally legitimate and would still be played exactly the same, but the counting would be different. And when you go from the 6/4 section, sorry, the 12/8 section for example, into a 4/4 section, all of a sudden your counting changes. Your quarter notes become eighth notes and vice versa. So to stop that sort of complexity of counting going on, or that problem that might occur with reading it, I've kept the bottom part of the time signature same throughout, i.e. quarter notes throughout. So we're counting 4/4 and 6/4. So the first part, the intro, we've just got 4/4 section. It's tricky because the melody is sort of playing or suggesting a swung 3/4, 12/8 kind of feel, but we're actually counting in fours here, so don't get thrown off by some of these sections. But like I said, the first part, we just got, I think, 8 bars of 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you count that, I promise you, you get through 8 bars of 4/4. Then we go into our second line of the chart, verse 1. And you can see there's a little prompt at the end of the line telling you the next line is going to be in 6/4. So this is the reason I want to keep it in 6/4, not 12/8, is because what we were counting before, 1, 2, 3, 4, is going to stay the same for the bar of 6/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're just adding an extra 2 counted notes to each bar. So nothing really complicated going on. And I've written under here, under the verse, note, additional hi-hat notes can be played on the ands if your technique is up for it. So here's another little thing I want to point out. Throughout this song there are lots and lots of little ghost notes going on. Some were really obvious that I decided to include. Some were so subtle that I didn't want this to be really confusing and for me to put down ghost notes that weren't really there. As an intermediate to advanced drummer, which is really what this lesson's aimed at, you should be comfortable adding in your own ghost notes, feeling what feels right for you. So I didn't want the reading to be complicated by adding in lots and lots of extra notes that aren't essential to the groove that you can add in yourself instinctively. But you'll hear extra things added in, such as a tambourine at the end of each 2 bars. You'll hear that on the recording. Obviously that was overdubbed later in the studio. And there are some overdubbed toms as well, which we get onto on the second line of verse 1. But our basic 6/4 groove, and this will do you throughout the entire song, with or without ghost notes, without open hi-hats, etc, etc. This is our verse drum beat. We're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Half-time fill, bass drum on 1 and the snare drum on beat 4 of each bar. Notice that first bar has a crash, so we'll come in with a crash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On it goes, we've got 8 bars of that drum beat, and then the 8th bar, we've got our first little drum fill.